Event flying solo. When Talbot starts missing class and isolating himself, you embarked on a journey to uncover the cause and get him to accept your help. Convince the aloof Animagus to open up and you'll own Talbot as a friend. I want him as a friend. Come here, Talbot. I've seen an eagle flying around the school grounds a lot recently. I'm sorry, I'm a bit preoccupied tonight. Some bloody bird tried to nest in my hair earlier. Oh, you're here. Thanks for coming. Of course, Penny, now what's wrong? You sounded worried when you asked to meet. It's Talbot, uh, the one who helped us brew an Animagus potion. What's wrong? At least I hope not. He's been spending a lot of time alone recently. No offense, but have you met Talbot? He makes Snape look talkative. Private person, but I've been his friend for a while. I can tell something's wrong. Plus, he's been missing class, even Transfiguration, and that's his favorite. I'd ask him what's wrong myself, but I haven't been able to find him. That's why I asked you to meet, actually. I was hoping you may know where he is. I haven't seen him at all recently. But let's ask around. Surely someone have seen Talbot. That's odd. I asked everyone who knows him, and it doesn't seem like any of them has seen him. Whatever's going on, it doesn't seem like he's ignoring you specifically. Though I'm glad he's not only avoiding me. Now I'm even more worried. I want to keep looking for him, but I promise I'd tutor a few force use. Don't worry, I'll find him and talk to him. I'll check in on Talbot for me. Why? You're my friend, and you're obviously upset. It's only natural I'm concerned and want to help. If making sure he's okay will help you feel better, I'd be happy to do that. Mates say he'd rather be alone, but I don't think he really wants to. Let me know how it goes. Of course, I'm heading to the courtyard now. Hey, found him. When I told Penny I'd look for you, I wasn't expecting you would reach out and agree to meet me here first, so it's true that you and Penny have been looking for me. Where did you hear that? Everyone I talked to hadn't seen or talked to you in days. A nice try, but bold puns won't distract me from asking what's going on with you. It was worth a shot. I'm being serious. You have been missing class. I told Penny I'd make sure you were okay. She's really worried about you. But as you can see, I'm fine. Are you actually fine, or are you just lying and telling me you're fine? If I tell you I'm lying, will you keep pressing me to find out what's wrong? Yes, then I'm actually fine. Talbot. So I've spent a lot of time alone lately. That's not exactly newsworthy. Why do you care? I consider you my friend and I care about you. If something bothering you, I want to know so I can help. I thought you'd open up to me back then because you thought of me as your friend. Was I wrong? I know I called you my friend earlier, but it's just because I got caught up in the moment. It's not that I don't like you or anything. I'm just not ready to call you my friend yet. Part of me hoping this was an opportunity to change that. Fine, if you don't want to talk, we can play a game of gobstones instead. I'll tell Penny you're actually fine and never bring any of this up again. Let's go. I should have said spine. Shit. I'd rather just keep to myself. Boom, that was easy. You won, just like I promised. I'll hear you out. You trusted me with your secret that you are an unregistered animagus, and even though I decided to register as an animagus, I know telling me you're unregistered can't have been easy. I guess what I'm trying to say is I hope you can tell me anything. I know you don't want to talk, but you don't have to be rude. I heard footsteps. I think someone's listening. It's Mueller. You were spying on us. She must have been under a disillusionment charm that would explain why we didn't notice her. How much did you hear? I was just passing through. Like I'd believe that people who are just passing through don't use concealment charms. Even if I had heard you, what makes you think I'm interested in your little gossip? I have better things to do with my time. Even though she denies it, Mueller had to have heard I'm unregistered animagus. If that's not bad enough, everyone in school knows her parents are in Azkaban for supporting you-know-who. The child of the two Death Eaters knows I'm an unregistered animagus. I had no idea Mueller was listening. Let me talk to Mueller. No offense, but what you have done enough. I know Mueller. I can at least try to convince her. I'll go find Mueller and talk to her right now. What do you want? I'm studying. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was hoping we could talk. If this is about you and Winnow, I already told you that I didn't hear anything. Do you really think I'm daft enough to believe that lie? Are you sure you want me to answer that question? Why are you spying on us? Why are you so incredibly annoying? You can keep avoiding the subject all you want, but I'm not leaving until you agree to talk. You are really not going to go away until I do, are you? Now you're getting it, but I'm going to finish the potion. Fine, I admit I was listening in on you and Talbot, but only because I thought you had info on the Coast Vault. Yes, alright, I lied about what not hearing anything, so what? Don't blame me for spying on me and lying about it. I would have done the same if I were in your position. I was keeping an eye on my competition. And what's that supposed to mean? Just to be clear, you won't try and spying on Talbot and me trying to learn our secrets. And why else would I be interested in you and your odd friends? Not sure whether to be relieved or insulted. Wait, Mueller, the real reason I came was to convince you not to tell anyone about Talbot's secrets. Why shouldn't I tell anyone? You may do a lot of questionable things, Mueller, but I know you are better than that. We haven't always gotten along, but Talbot hasn't done anything to you. Even you wouldn't potentially ruin someone's life for no reason. So, will you help keep Talbot's secrets? This is serious. I am being serious. I better find Talbot and warn him about Mueller. I'm hoping that I can know my responsibilities long enough. They'll eventually go away. I should invent a charm that makes mugs spill poof. I was worried you wouldn't show. I figured I owed it to you to say that I don't blame you for what happened. You couldn't have known Mueller was hiding and listening. Does that mean you'll let me help you deal with Mueller? It's still best if I take care of this on my own. What happened was an accident, but Mueller wouldn't know you're an unregistered if not for me. Don't you think I can handle this by myself? Of course not. But you don't have to handle it by yourself. Why don't you talk it over? Why are you so set on helping me? I understand, but let's keep talking. No one can be alone all the time. I'm glad you see that it's better to work together. But I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't accepted help with the coast faults. So do you really think we should try to convince Mueller? Actually, I already tried. I know you told me not to get involved, but I really thought I could help. I take it that it didn't go well. Mueller didn't seem especially interested in reporting you, but she didn't promise she wouldn't either. We'll have to use the memory charm Obliterate. Memory modifying charms are pretty serious magic. If we are not careful, the spell could backfire or we could accidentally damage Mueller's memory. Not to mention, we could get in trouble with the professors. Since when has the threat of getting in trouble ever stopped you? I'm not exactly thrilled about the idea either, but I can't trust Mueller. And I don't want to end up in Azkaban when the Ministry finds out. You may be right, there's a lot to lose. I'm just not sure how we are going to learn. Let's go ask Professor Flitwick. Part 2. Having convinced Talbot to let you help him, you work to keep his secret safe and get him to open up. Lone Obliterate. Thanks for agreeing to meet us, Professor Flitwick. We were hoping you could help us with a tricky charm. It is encouraging to see students eager to further their education. I'd be happy to help you with whatever you would like to learn. Because we were hoping you could teach us the memory charm Obliterate. I'd be happy to help with whatever you would like to learn but that. Are you sure you're not interested in learning the lessons you missed during your absences, Mr. Winner? Please, Professor Flitwick, we understand it's a spell to be not to be taken lightly, but we feel we are all ready. You have a good reason to why I should teach you Obliterate. Talbot and I have been reading ahead and came across the memory charm while studying. We know it's not taught in our U, but we found it so fascinating we were hoping to get ahead in our studies. I don't typically teach such a complex, serious spell to students at your level. The exception of Mr. Wingo's string of absences lately, you have both proven yourself to be exceptional students. I'll teach you the memory charm. Thanks for teaching us Obliterate. I trust I don't need to remind you that the memory charm can be dangerous. A crucial part of learning Obliterate is recognizing when and when not to use it. Of course, Professor, we understand. Should you try casting Obliterate on someone so Professor Flitwick can make sure you're doing it right? It would be safer if I were able to monitor your first time casting, so you can't exactly practice on the training dummy. You're going to have to try it out on one of us, no offense, but I'd feel more comfortable casting Obliterate on you. I can't say I wouldn't do the same, just try not to make me forget something important. pre-existing memory. It might be easier if you tell Mr. Ringo a new piece of information, something he didn't know before and wouldn't forget, then use the memory charm to erase that memory. Erase my memory of it, you may as well tell me some interesting secrets. Sometimes I worry that my being at Hogwarts and searching for the cursed vaults puts Hogwarts in danger. Things have turned out alright so far, but I don't know what I'll do if someone gets hurt. How can you be so sure? But even I can tell you would do anything to protect your friends, even if it's a terrible, horrible idea that puts yourself in needless danger. Neither that. We professors will also do everything in our power to keep Hogwarts safe. Why don't you go ahead and try casting Obliterate? Here goes nothing. Obliviate. What do you remember? You choosing to practice Obliviate on me, then nothing. Now you have got me curious. What did you tell me? I'll tell you later. Thanks again for the help. Shouldn't tell about practice on me, no? Now let's go. It's time to talk to... We had a talk with Mula. Oh, sick. 30 energy. Did you invite Mila? I had a school owl deliver her a note. Mila should be here any minute. I spent a lot of time in the alley. We should get ready. You are willing to put my safety at risk because of a feeling? Mila will be fine. She's coming quick. Get your wand ready. Got your note. What do you want, Dan? I'm meeting someone. Mila, wait, is this about Ringo being an unregistered animagus again? Now's our chance. But I can't use Obliterate. I don't feel comfortable using it on anyone. You were going to use what on me? That's easy for you to say. You are registered. You don't have anything to lose. But for all I know, she's planning to run off to the ministry and get me thrown in Azkaban right now. If you won't use it, then I'll have to. It's just I don't know. Expelliarmus. Just let me explain. If you're still not convinced by the time I'm done, I'll cast the memory charm on Mila and myself. Not now. It doesn't look like I have much of a choice. Understand, Mila doesn't exactly have the greatest track record. And I know she wouldn't promise to keep your secret, but she didn't seem interested in exposing your secret either. Plus, not even Mila would ruin the life of someone she barely knows for no reason. That's enough. I'm capable of speaking for myself, you know. Failing miserably to say is I have seen what Azkaban is like. And I'll deny this if you speak of it again, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody, not even Dan. That may be the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Don't get used to it. So what do you think? But I also don't think she's lying about Azkaban, so I'll trust your judgment. What am I saying? I don't care if you believe me. I better go see Madame Pomfrey. I must be ill. I felt uncomfortable using Obliviate, but I didn't think I had any other choice. I'm glad I listened to you. Now we can talk about why you have been missing class and avoiding everyone. It's not that I'm not grateful for what you did, but this doesn't change anything. You're not my friend, and I still don't want to talk to you. Why is that? Not being able to have something only makes you want it more. I transfigured some of the library's reference books into crawls. It's fun watching you try to chase Talbot around. I'm glad you came. How did it go with Talbot? I'll spare you the details, but he kept dodging my requests. Though I can tell you that he didn't seem to be hold to any kind of physical danger. I don't get it. Just when I think Talbot's coming around, he pulls back again. I knew you were friends, but I didn't know you knew so much about Talbot. I know all sorts of things about all sorts of people. In all honesty, though, I think I only seem like I know a lot about Talbot because everyone else knows so little. That would be great, so I could use all the advice I can get. Thanks for the advice about Talbot. Maybe I can use some of this to win him over. I love helping my friends become friends, though I'm curious why you're so interested in befriending Talbot. I suppose it's because I think that he, as flatly as he pretends to be, he's a good guy. He says he'd rather fly solo, but I'm more convinced I'm not convinced that's true. I think he secretly wants more friends. Now that I think of it, there's one person Talbot talks to even more than me. Professor McGonagall, you could try asking her about Talbot. Thanks, I will do just that. I'm gonna go consult with Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall, I was hoping I could talk to you about Talbot. You mentioned wishing to discuss Mr. Wingo. Penny told me you and Talbot talk often, so I was hoping you could tell me more about him. I can tell something's wrong, but every time I bring it up, he finds some way to avoid my question. Mr. Wingo comes to ask me advice from time to time, both professionally and personally, even though he's a Ravenclaw and you're the head Gryffindor. Must stick together. Plus, he originally came to me to ask about my time in the Department of Magical Law and Enforcement at the Ministry. I had no idea, see? That's the kind of stuff I was hoping you could help me with. I'm hesitant to discuss the student's private matters with another student, but I've also been worried about his behavior lately. It's not like Mr. Wingo to miss class or our meetings. Both Penny and I are worried and want to help, but we don't know how. I'll tell you what I know. I hope you don't mind if I get ready for my next class while we discuss. Of course not, I'll help as well. So Talbot came to you and asked if you'd seen the necklace? Yes, one of the white feathers. He was upset, so I imagine it had sentimental value. You think he's acting this way because he lost the necklace? He looked upset even before it happened. I have my suspicions about why that is, but I'll keep that to myself. So if I help Talbot find his necklace, he will tell me what's been bothering him. Thanks, I think it will help. I'll be sure to go ask Talbot. Let's go talk to Talbot. Talbot. Good, you're still here. I appreciate that you're so concerned about me, but I'm busy looking for your feather necklace. A little bully told me. Suppose I deserve that. You deserve more than that. Consider yourself lucky that sarcastic remark is all you're getting. My point is, just let me help you already. You may be right, so I don't have any reason not to trust you. Plus, it's not like keeping this to myself has gotten me any closer to finding that necklace. I'll take you up on your offer, but we are still not friends. You made a smart choice. I was beginning to question the Southern Hat's decision to put you in Ravenclaw. The necklace must be pretty important for you to be so upset about missing it. The necklace was a gift from my mom, so she made one of my dad and me not long before they were killed. She was a swan animagus. She made it with one of the her own feathers. It's one of the only things I have left of her. That's my fault. I thought it would be safe if I was always kept it under my wolves, but that collapse must have come loose. By the time I noticed it was long gone. I was just about to check the courtyard again. Don't worry, we'll find your necklace. We searched the whole courtyard, including inside the fountain. My necklace isn't here. Can you remember all the places you have been? That's where we'll search next. If your necklace is in the greenhouse, we'll find it, even if we have to get our hands literally dirty. I'll check to make sure the venomous spectacular didn't get the vines on it. Penny told me you like plants, but I didn't realize you were interested in herbology. I don't know about that. I just picked up a few things over the years working with my mom in her garden. She was a healer at St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries. She would always insist her homegrown ingredients were more effective. So you picked up love for plants from her. Working with plants still helps me relax, especially during the time of year when I need to take my mind off of. I talked enough about myself already. Y'all know that the first person I've gotten to open up to me, I tend to have that effect on people. You didn't use some kind of tongue loosening spell on me. I wouldn't tell you, would I? It's nice to see that your sense of humor isn't completely gone. I'm going to make you dig through a bag of fertilizer for my necklace. We combine we comb through every pot and bag of dope, but no luck. My necklace isn't here either. Try to think, is there anywhere else your necklace might be? I spent a lot of time there. It's worth a shot. Let's head there next. I have a theory that Madame Pince isn't really a person. What the hell? Madame Pince once shushed me for thinking too loud. If you find any suspicious looking clothes, let me know. I'm happy to help you search, but the library is huge. Is there any place we should focus in particular? The poetry section, maybe. That's where I do most of my browsing. You like to read poetry? And wait, forget I said that. You probably think it's odd that I like to write poetry. Not at all. I think it's brilliant that you write poetry. Can I read it sometime? Not in this lifetime, so that's perhaps later then. Though I have to say, I wouldn't have pegged you for a writer. I wouldn't go that far. Dabble. My dad was the real writer. He used to write for the Daily Prophet. He snuck one of my poems into the paper once. I was 6, so it was terrible, but he didn't care. He was proud. It sounds like he was a really great. I appreciate you telling me all this stuff about your parents. I know it means a lot to you. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were finally opening up to me as a friend. Anyway, the library isn't going to search itself. No luck again. I even asked Madam Pince between shushes. She told me she hadn't seen any sign of it in the library, where I wanted other places to look. About that, I know you missing class and avoiding everyone is about more than just losing your necklace. Mention you seemed down even before we went missing. You have been telling me a lot about your parents. Did something happen? Are you missing them more than usual? No offense, but for now I'd just like to focus on finding my necklace. About thinking of another place to look, I have an idea about where to search next. While researching its charms classroom, just hear me out. Uses feathers to teach Wingardium Leviosa and charms, right? And your necklace has a feather on it, right? So I thought maybe your necklace may have gotten mixed up with Professor Flitwick's supply of feathers. But you admit it's possible, right? Let's get searching, will you? It was a good idea, but it looks like my necklace isn't here either. What if I never find my necklace? I don't think like that. We will find your necklace, even if we have to search every room in Hogwarts. But thanks, your help means a lot. I know things have been hard on you, but it was nice to see you laughing earlier. Aren't you glad I came along? Not if you're going to load it over me if I say yes. I will admit.
No pressure when you come up. And remember to do the water bottle for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoying searching for my necklace with you will be more than I expected. I wouldn't go that far. For now, I'm confident I'll weigh you down. So where should we search next? Looking for the necklace the one way. That is, it's time we put on our animagus abilities to good use. Your search for Talbot's missing necklace begins to show promise, but will finding it convince Talbot to accept your offer of friendship. I thought I told you that I already searched the training grounds, but did you search it while you were in your Eagle Animagus form? You think we should use our Animagus abilities to search for my missing necklace? Think about it, we have abilities as animals that we don't have as humans. You can use your heightened eyesight as an eagle to scan the grass for your necklace, and I'll sniff around as a dog. It will be harder to miss any signs of necklace as animals, but how will we transform without anyone noticing? Everyone's in the Great Hall eating lunch. I searched the area to make sure no one's around, so there won't be any surprise guests. I'm surprised. I thought for sure you'd want to personally make sure no one's around. And that sounds like something a friend would say to another friend. Let's just transform and start searching. Did you find your necklace? No, but I did find the broken clasp. Are you sure it's from your necklace? I'm sure. I've taken it off and put it back on so many times I'd recognize it anywhere. Show me where you found it. The rest must be nearby. I already checked. All I could find was this clasp. But I did find 2 sets of footprints nearby. One set was definitely human, but the other one looked like it maybe belonged to a cat. Person and a cat. That sounds like Flinch and Mrs. Norris. Why? Flinch is the Hogwarts caretaker. Keeping the grounds clean is part of his job. He was probably tidying up and picked it up. Regardless of why he took it, I bet he brought it back to his office. We should head there next. If Lynch did find and take your necklace, I bet he's stolen it and the rest of the confiscated goods. I still can't believe Flinch makes it so easy to sneak into his office. But we still need to find your necklace and leave before Flinch returns from his patrol. And let's not waste any more time. I searched every drawer, box, and cabinet trace, but I couldn't find the necklace. What about you? I didn't find the necklace, but I did find Flinch's student records from the day the necklace went missing. There may be something here about the necklace. Looks like Flinch did find your necklace. He confiscated it on the grounds that it seems suspicious. Related to the black quills I found that contain the message from all. Apparently, Mrs. Norris really loved the necklace. She kept trying to chew and swat at it, so he gave it to her. At least I know that if I find Mrs. Norris, I'll probably find my necklace. If you little snots obeyed the rules, my reports would be nothing to worry about. That's Mr. Flinch to you. You were always cleaning up after us. Talbot and I wanted to return the favor. Remind me to have you scrub them while you're serving detention for sneaking into my office. Don't blame Darkos. I snuck into your office to play a trick on you. Talbot, what? You can punish me, but Darkos didn't do anything wrong. He was just trying to help me out, but I was too daft to let him. I realize that now. Quit you whimpering. I've got my eyes on you. I'm glad to see you made it out of Flinch's clutches in one piece. It certainly wasn't for a lack of trying on Flinch's part. He convinced Professor Dumbledore to let him use the shackles. Thankfully, I was able to explain the situation to Professor Dumbledore, and he let me off easy. You didn't have to cover for me back in Flinch's office like that. It was my idea to sneak in after all. He's going to keep a closer eye on you and pry into your business. It's going to be even harder to keep your secrets safe. I didn't have to, but I wanted to. You deserved it after everything you did to help me. You really are my. There's time for that later now. Let's focus on getting my necklace back. Look around and see if you can find Mrs. Norris. There's Mrs. Norris. And she has my necklace. Doesn't look like she's going to part with it easily. I'd suggest we use Immobilis on her, but if that's how angry Flitch gets for sneaking into his office, I'd hate to see his reaction when he finds out his cat's been immobilized. Bible with food, sweet taco, used levitation charm on necklace. I figured something like this might happen, so I snuck some poultry from the Great Hall. We could try using this to distract her. Sounds good. Hopefully her love of food outweighs her hatred of us. Leave it to Flitch to have a cat that's more interested in punishments than treats. What do we do now? Using how Animagus Foams helped us find the necklace, maybe we can help us get it back too. Then I'll distract Mrs. Norris while you grab the necklace. Woof! 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 I got the necklace. Oh, she's scared. I don't think I could have gotten my necklace back without you. I need some time alone now, but let's meet later when I'm ready to talk. Was your necklace alright? I hope Mrs. Norris didn't damage it too badly. It was nothing repair or couldn't fix. Honestly, I was so happy just to have it back, I didn't really care. Thanks again for everything you did. I never thought I'd be so happy to have someone refuse to mind their own business. So what did you want to talk about? You were wondering why I've been missing classes and being extra distant recently. That's okay. We don't have to talk about something serious right now. Let's chat and hang out first. You alright? Chatting and joking around did help me feel better. So much so that I think I'm finally ready to explain things. It's okay, I trust you. Remember how I told you my parents were killed? It's actually the anniversary of their death. Well, doesn't take a detective to figure that out. That would explain why Professor McGonagall thought you seemed down even before you lost the necklace. When I realized I'd also lost my necklace, I just couldn't cope. I felt like I was losing my parents all over again. But why not tell someone? Talking about it may have made you feel better. I guess I was afraid one day it'd be used against me. I've seen what can happen when you're not careful. I would never betray your trust like that. I understand that now. If I made it too easy for you, it wouldn't be any fun. So does this mean you're done flying solo? I'd still rather be alone than around people. But with you, I'd feel different. When I thought about all the time we spent together, I realized something. I realized that I was enjoying things more with you than I would have done alone. That I didn't want to one off and be by myself again at the first possible moment. Does that mean what I think it does? I can't talk my way out of admitting it any longer. You're my friend, and I'm happy to finally have someone I can rely on and trust. So does that mean you're ready to get matching friendship bracelets? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. For everything, I'll see you later, friend. Bye, Talbot. Well, sick. Thank you all for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.